All right. Welcome to Penn Manor High School. This is the stream. My name is Scott Herzog, and I will be streaming the match today. I'm the head coach here at Penn Manor Esports. Clay Craig is the coach for Rocket League, and our Rocket League team is standing by for a game against Warwick High School, another Lancaster County team here. We're located in Lancaster County, PA, if you're joining us live on Twitch or just jumping in or happening to be bumping into our stream. And so they're about ready to go into their match. Currently, Rocket League is undefeated. The first match they won by forfeit. The second match was not won by forfeit, but that was they beat the team pretty well fair and square. It was a pretty solid match, and that was last week's match. So this week we take on Warwick High School. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I think we're just kind of waiting on the other team, and we'll get started momentarily. For those of you that don't know or haven't followed our Rocket League team has been pretty successful over the past couple years. Looks like we are getting into the game right now, so let me join spectate. All right. So we're getting ready to join the match here. Let's see what happens. All right, all right. We're ready for in the back. I would think that Penn Manor is the blue team or orange team. I forget which one we're playing. So we're one of the two, obviously. But as I was saying, Penn Manor has a pretty successful Rocket League career. Made it to finals last year in the league we were playing in. We were playing in PSEL. This is PIEA. No, this is PSEL again. We're still in the Pennsylvania State um, League, Scholastic Esports League. And so we're really excited about that. This is the second semester that we're doing this. First semester we were with them, we made it all the way to finals. Ended up fourth place overall, and we're hoping for another first place win. We were undefeated last season, and so that's pretty fantastic. And then the year before that, we also made it to states in the PIEA League, and so that was a fantastic experience for our kids. And we're just really excited. This is a young team this year. One of our players is a ninth grader. That is Weber's a ninth grader. And then we have two juniors that are also playing that have played before, but they've been a part of the JV team, and we've just now brought them up into the varsity team. So this is our varsity team. It looks like we are just waiting for Warwick to load in. So we'll be back in just a moment. And we are about ready to get started here. And we are live and set to go. It looks like Warwick is orange and Penn Manor is on blue. Ball is put on to Penn Manor's side here. Penn Manor defending it, kicking away from the goal. Is now onto the side of Warriors. Ball kind of whiffs. There's people driving around it, but Penn Manor manages to get it back, although the Warriors are there. And it's defended nicely from Penn Manor. Penn Manor kicking it back into Warrior side, putting it in front of the goal, but they are unable to push it in. Again, blocked and saved on the side of Penn Manor. but plenty of Penn Manor players around to kick it back onto the side of Warriors. Warriors now answering it with a back onto their side. And can they knock it away? And the answer is yes. It's knocked back on the side. Right now it's a ping pong match. Ball going back and forth across the center line. Not with a lot of control here for the ball, but it looks like it is Gray kind of taking it and kind of tapping it onto the midfield here. Almost dribbling it, almost dribbled in, but not quite on. Just kind of off the corner. And we'll see if Penn Manor can kind of recover it. And it's whiffed. And it's kind of just bouncing around loosely, but knocked in. It's Gray, knocks it in to the goal. That would be Mr. Weber. So congrats to Penn Manor. We are out 3:49 with a 1-point lead. Again, anyone's game for It's Gray. All right, ball knocked onto the side of Penn Manor. First shot, but is now took quickly across the center field, and It's Gray, of course, is taking it back in. Elliott's trying to knock it in. This is Elliott's It's Gray. Knocked back onto the side of Penn Manor. And don't know what they have in the line of defense. A lot of players down there kind of converting, and we have a demo happening on the field. Again, Shadow Weaver kicks it across front of the goal, but they're unable to get it in as it just kind of skirts across and away. It's Gray kind of dribbling it across the front of Penn Manor's goal, following it up into the air, knocks it onto the side, and not quite in. Defended nicely by Warwick as they keep it out of the goal and keep it at least a somewhat close game. Now the ball is dribbling loosely in front of the goal. Not quite enough to knock it in, just barely off the side as Bella kind of knocks it back into the center here. And she is able to bring it in for score number 2. Penn Manor has managed to take a 2-0 lead here as we've entered this match. So nicely done, Bella. Bella's a veteran player, has been playing with Penn Manor for 3 years. And they're off. Game is now going. Ball is knocked this time onto the side of Warwick. Warwick said, let's try something different. We're kicking on the side of Penn Manor at the beginning of each set when we kind of launch the ball. But let's let it on our side, see what we can do. Don't know if it's going to do anything at all. Ball dribbling carefully and defended nicely by Warwick. Penn Manor whiffs it, but manages to keep it onto the side of Warwick here, and we'll go from there. Ball knocked again toward Warwick's goal, but they are able to easily defend. They certainly have plenty of time to defend, and the ball for the first time this round, or this time, is onto the side of Penn Manor, but quickly put onto the side of Warwick. Knocked onto the side, again deflected by Warwick as Penn Manor's fighting to get their 3rd goal of the game. Ball knocked onto Penn Manor's side, and there are defenders back there if they're able to keep it in, but they are unable, Bella unable to reach high. So again, looks good at 2-0, but when you get 2-1, you realize it's a 1-score game, keeping it from being tied. This is really anyone's match, as we often are fond of saying. We'll see if they're able to do it. And the answer is yes. Shadow Walker, that would be Shadow Walker. Dominic is able to bring it in for us. A nice job right off the bat. No one quite reacting quite fast enough. Warwick unable to reach up and grab that ball out of the air. So it now makes it a 3-1 lead. Again, a close game. Knocked onto the side, followed up by Penn Manor, trying to dribble it. Penn Manor trying to keep it away, and it's again a score. Notice everyone on Penn Manor is scoring. We get a score from Elliott. We get a score from Bella, a score from Dominic, and a score back on Bella. So nicely done, Penn Manor, as they're extending their lead to now a 4-1 lead. And the ball on the kickoff is just scuttled across the mid-center line, now onto the side of Warwick, and they're Penn Manor trying to dribble in. Warwick obviously trying to knock it onto the side of Penn Manor, which they are able to do with a little demo there, but it's quickly put onto the side. Not enough people there to bring it in, a little bit off-centered, and they're unable to follow it up, but Bella is able to score that in nicely. She saw the opportunity. She came from the midfield, line drive and said, I'm bringing that ball in, and she brought it in. Third score of the game for Bella. She is on fire this match with a minute left to go. Warwick could still bring it back, but it's looking less and less likely. Ball knocked onto the side of Warwick and brought down to closely and deflected off the side of Warwick's goal. So no score that time for Penn Manor. But here we go. Knocked. Oh, what a save by Penn Manor. Just off the front of that. That could have easily been a score had the ball bounced differently. But it looks like Penn Manor is going to go with a score. And there is Dominic with his third score of the game. Or maybe it's second score of the game. Penn Manor having another dynamite game here and a good start to their season. It was extending. Well, it's not over yet, right? This is just the first game. For those of you that aren't familiar with Pennsylvania Scholastic Esports League, basically they run a round of 5 matches, and first person to get 3 matches wins. Ball knocked onto the side of Warwick. Warwick again trying to dribble it away, but it's a loose ball. And Shadow Walker with a third score of the game, making this a 7-1 match. So this game is pretty much in Penn Manor's bag. We'll see how if Warwick can come back onto the next match. They just got to do a better job rotating and really defending against Penn Manor, and they just are unable to really carry it out. And so really, it's just at this point. It's kind of like they're playing like it's a game, but it has to be a bit disheartening for, and they let it drop, and Penn Manor has a lead 1-0. We'll see if Warwick switches out, Eddie. It looks like this is going to be the same lineup. All right. Game 2 of 5. Penn Manor took the first match, if you're just joining us. And it is Gray on the hunt for an early score. But it's whiffed by Bella, who just misses it. Shadow misses it. This ball is just, I don't know, we'll just hang out in midfield. It's definitely a loose ball. There was some miscommunication or just missed scores. Brought back onto the side of Warwick by Shadow Walker. And he's able to put it in on the rebound. So it only scored 4:36 for Penn Manor. So a nice job by Dominic. Score 1-0 with 4:36 left in the match. Early game. Still anyone's game, but Penn Manor is playing pretty sharply here. Now, I'm not sure why he was hesitating there as he came up to the ball. Maybe it was a ploy, he was trying to take it off, but either way, ball brought back in and dangerously close to the goal, although definitely able to carry it out and defended by Warwick. Warwick trying to dribble this onto the side of Penn Manor, unable to get it in front of the score, and about in front of the goal as Bella brings it down in front, trying to follow it in and knocks it in. What a nice job, just waiting, anticipating where that ball was going to bounce. You're going to see here on the replay, Bella just hesitates and brings it on in, catches a corner, and it is a 2-0 score. All right, here again, you'll see that I am not sure what's going on here at this match. It looks like we are, what was that? Another player? Okay, are you restarting it now? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Do we leave? Oh, you're going to remake it, okay. All right, so just as FYI, one of the players did DC, and so because of that DC, we of course are they're going to be remaking the match here. So So technically, I'm not sure what the rules are of DCing. I think Penn Manor could have kept playing that match, but we'll see what happens here as they kind of get the ball rolling. Pun is definitely intended. I will be right back. Just waiting for the game to resume here. If you're joining us, see there's some viewers here watching the stream. We are just waiting for Warwick to get back on. There was a DC in the last match, so we ended up dropping it and not doing it. So, but all right, we'll be right back in just a second. All right, we are back in the match here as the ball is live. And the ball, although I'm trying to get it off of this. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm on director cams and we're going to have to kind of deal with it. This isn't the way I necessarily like to stream this, but that's all right. For some reason, my numbers key is not doing its thing. All right, in this, Akudo scores. And the start, and it's just followed through nicely by him into the score of Penn Manor. All right, and so Penn Manor knocks it onto the side of Warwick as it's dribbled down toward the score, and we see it knocked away by Warwick. Bella there bringing it back toward the goal, and the ball is now loose here on the backfield as you see it here, and we'll go from there. All right, now we got it back under the director form here as we're working here. And it is great. Dribbles it onto the side of Warwick. Penn Manor currently down 1-0. Shadow there to kind of knock it back toward the goal. And Warwick trying, I guess, to orient, but the Penn Manor knocks it away. It's now a loose ball onto the side of Penn Manor. It's Gray there back to dribble it and try to bring it back toward the goal. Knocked in. And it's enough. Shadow ties it up at 1-1. It's tie game at 3:38. So nicely done, just anticipating it. Actually tapped off of Warwick going into the goal there, but it was certainly a noble attempt at trying to block it here. And there we go. You can see right now the ball is loose on Penn Manor's side, but it is now bat onto Warwick's side. Knocked loose now onto Penn Manor's side, but it is Gray is there to defend and knock it back toward Warwick. Onto the side of Warwick. Warwick trying to bring it in, knocks it toward his goal, but they are high. They are high there, and it is Gray knocking it away and knocked toward Penn Manor. It's an open score. It is done. Nicely done. Shadow Walker for his second score of the game. So beautifully done. Hey, look, it really doesn't matter who wins as long as it's won. All right, ball now on the center here, knocked onto the side slightly of Warwick, but Warwick there to kind of knock it back toward Penn Manor. And Shadow Walker there to knock it over. And it's whiffed by one of the people of Warwick. Warwick knocking it in, and it is knocked away, skillfully I might add, by perhaps the best player of Warwick. Oh, knocked away, saved by its Gray and Shadow. As Bella works at bringing it back down her goal. She's fouling it in. Is it enough? It is enough. It's a score. Bella scores the third goal, and Penn Manor is on fire. Penn Manor is on fire here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen because they won the first match, and they DC. They now still haven't listed that they need to win 3 games. Maybe they'll play them all out just for practice. But technically, once they win this game and then the next game, it'll be a done deal in theory. Warwick having a lot of time there with that ball. I'm not sure what Penn Manor was. apparently setting up to defend and knock it away. And it's just kind of loose there in front of the goal, which isn't real optimal. Knocked away finally by Shadow. And but we'll see if Penn Manor is able to keep it away. Shadow knocking it loosely away now toward the goal of Warwick. And unfortunately unable to bring it in as the ball is now knocked back onto Penn Manor's side. Ball now loose. Aluccio brings it on in. It's unable to execute. Nicely defended, but it's finally knocked in. Warwick SDO1 making it a 3-2 score. So nice job by Warwick executing, and I would say a bit of a sloppy job from Penn Manor actually defending the goal, but again, still a nice game and seems to be somewhat competitive, which I like. Ball now loose onto Penn Manor's side, and Penn Manor finally knocks it back onto the side of Warwick. Followed up by, and missed, whiffed by, it looks like Shadow. Bella misses that ball too as it's kind of loose here, and knocked onto the side of Warwick, but not much more is going to happen there as the ball is just, brought loosely here. A lot of people from Warwick that could have brought that in, but they managed to keep it out, and we'll see if It's Gray tries to bring it onto the side. It looks like that ball now is loose. We'll see if they can execute it in, which they do, and It's Gray scores his first score of the game. It's a nice job. You'll watch it here. This ball's kind of loose on the side of Warwick, but he's able to circle around and just kind of catch it into the corner there, and it's just beautifully done there with 4-2 score as they try to go. And they're back, and the ball is now put down toward the match, but no free goal this time, at least I don't think. Although, off the edge, nice attempt here, but, and are they going to bring it in? And they are. Shadow brings it in from a very loose ball there. Not as they followed up real strongly. Ball kind of rolls loose here in front of the goal, but then Shadow brings it in to put the nail in the coffin to third score of the game. He is on fire. He is on fire this game. And the ball kind of knocked in and now loose onto the side of Penn Manor. They have the 1-minute warning. So here's the big question, can Warwick bring it back in a 5-2 score? Okay, 6-2 score? I don't know. Elliott just scored. You're making it 6-2. It's looking less and less like this is a friendly game for Warwick. We'll see. Still technically anyone's game. I've seen games turn upside down in shorter amounts of time, but it is if Penn Manor continues to play the way they've been playing, it should be a solid match. And the ball now brought onto the side of Warwick here. A whiff by Bella as she blows by it, and It's Gray is unable to keep it in, but it looks like all of Penn Manor's there, really, with 30 seconds left to go. Warwick, I think, probably has to be saying, we're just going to try and keep it out of the goal. If we can stop the bleeding, that's what we want to do. Ball put onto the side of Penn Manor. It's Gray is there to answer it. And Warwick not really able to do too much with 10 seconds left to go. Ball put onto the side of Warwick and kind of knock loose here. And I don't know that they're able to do too much here. I think they're going to let that ball drop. And game one winner is Penn Manor. This is, for those of you joining us, I know the score says that it is a 1-0 match, but they did win the first match. This is the second match of the series. And so I'm not sure if they're just going to play it out or what's going to happen here. And we're into match 3, or in this case, as it looks on your screen, match number 2 of the series. Gray starts it out on the side of Warwick. He leaves it there, turns around. He says, I'm going to now defend. And It's Gray is able to make a running start and an early score with 10 seconds in. They're playing solidly this match. Some good communication going on. And it looks like really just Warwick just having a failure to really communicate. And the ball is now loose again on Warwick's side. Penn Manor unable to do much more with it as Warwick's trying to get behind it. I have to think this becomes kind of a mental game for Warwick. They're just unable to stop Penn Manor. 2 scores here in the first 30 seconds of the match. So fantastic game. All right, 2-0 here, and we are continuing into the game. Ball put onto the side of Warwick, and Warwick's not doing much anything. They're kind of circling back to try and defend, and they are able to kind of knock it away from Penn Manor there so that it's no longer a threat to their direct goal. But you'll see Penn Manor trying to set it up here as we go, and they're trying to score it in, but it's Gray does a nice job of knocking that ball away. What could have been a score for Warwick now is an open score for Penn Manor. So beautifully done for Dominic as he knocks that in from the midfield. If that were a basketball game, it would be a 3-point score. It's from the midfield. So beautifully done, beautifully done. Ball now onto the side of Penn Manor here, and will Warwick be able to bring this home? They're certainly able to bring it back onto the side, but Penn Manor's there to answer, and Bella says, I want this ball is mine, I'm going to bring it in. Elliott makes a nice job of trying to assist there, but is unable to bring it in, but he is able to keep it onto the side of Warwick, and as he dribbles it closer to the score, you can hear the heartbeat of Warwick as they are trying desperately to keep it out of from being just another score. I'm sure their coaches just stopped the bleeding, but the bleeding will not stop today. It's a bloodbath here at 4-0, and we're only 3.5 minutes in. It does not look like this is going to be Warwick's game again. And literally, whoa, wow, he keeps that barely out of the score. What I would assume would actually been a score, but it must not have quite crossed the line there into what it was really just a beautiful, beautiful save by Penn Manor. One of the best saves that I've seen here. And they are unable to save it this time, though, and that's a score for Warwick. 3 minutes in. Again, as we've said many times before, Penn Manor could still lose this game. But we'll see if that actually happens. I have faith in Penn Manor, faith of the heart. Ball knocked onto the side of Penn Manor as Bella retrieves it. Warwick's there to kind of try to dribble it in. And people are just missing it left and right there, but they're finally able to get it away from the front of the goal as they knock it down toward the goalpost of Penn Manor, of Warwick. The ball eked in over the heads of Warwick as Shadow Walker Dominic brings it in, making it a 5-1 score. You'll see right here as it enters in, just barely not blocked by Warwick. All right, double teamed there at the set, but at the kickoff, but it is now onto the side of Warwick, bouncing across the midfield here as the ball is now loose with no one really to answer it here, but we have, of course, Shadow here, Dominic trying to desperate job to do it and not able to be brought in, although there's some nice attempts there. It does leave the goal wide open for Warwick, but they're unable to bring it back. It's now a loose ball across. They're going to try, and kudos for Warwick for continuing to keep their head in the game and fighting like this is their last breath, because quite honestly, this could be their last match of today. And again, I have not gotten any official word as to whether the game from the first match they're going to count or whether they're just going to play out all three here. I assume you're in the lobby, right? You're in the lobby. We have in a moment Minecraft going to be going live with their match. I do not believe we will be streaming that match, but because that's going to kind of coincide with the Rocket League match. They are also playing today. They've had some very good matches. The season for them has just started, and it's a little bit different of a sport It's more one-on-one than it is a team sport like you see here with Rocket League. Penn Manor trying again to bring that goal in from a long shot, are able to stop Warwick from bringing that ball back. But Penn Manor is determined to keep this ball around the side of the Warwick goal and unable to bring it in. It's nicely blocked by Warwick. But Penn Manor is definitely doing their job to try and keep it onto the side of Warwick. 1 minute remaining, and they just off the edge and the corner. That could have been a score, and unfortunately was not. But regardless, the time they've spent on the side of Warwick makes it a nicely looking game and a nice execution of a game that's happening there. So ball in the air here at 35 seconds, and Penn Manor trying to get it in, barely misses there, but a nice job, a nice dribble by Penn Manor of trying to bring this goal in. Again, just off the side, finally, after all this work, Bella is able to bring it in, making a 6-1 score. 6-1 score here with 24 seconds left. Penn Manor determined to bring it home and plays their heart out until the very end. It's Gray working to dribble it in, unable to bring it in, but can it be brought in a little bit more? Nope, it is knocked away by Warwick. They again try to bring it in here, but we'll see if there can be any further scores to be had by Penn Manor, or whether it's just going to be a dead to rights here as we're working. We're going to let it drop, and it's a game 2 winner. So in theory, this is the match, but we'll see if they're going to play beyond that. Are they, that's it? I'm getting the message that that's it for the game, so thanks for joining us. As you watch this, Penn Manor took the match 3-0 in a nice defeat against Warwick. So Warwick played very well. They stayed in the game. They didn't give up, so I like seeing that. But Penn Manor just showed themselves as just a slightly better team. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch